Richard, tell us what area of life you're feeling stuck in.
Basically my brain. Like, surprise. It feels like it's not working.
In
so to speak.
How so?
As in, I just feel like nothing, like I'm not paying attention to things. You know, every time I go somewhere, driving places, we're new up here, 8 months, and I still can't find my way around. You know?
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So, now I've been doing this for a long time. So already information is starting to come to me. Now the beautiful thing about how we're built, as I said...
Sorry to cut you short, there was something you the gentleman was saying.
Sure, I'll repeat that. Yeah, what Richard was saying is he just feels he's stagnant in his brain. He feels like the brain's not working the way he'd like it to. Things like that. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. It's like it's not registering.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, cool. Yes. Yes.
It's really frustrating.
Now, what we can do with universal intelligence, as we learn to still our mind and we learn to really transcend these beliefs, everything becomes information. Now, you've all probably heard that everything's energy, yeah? We're all made up of energy. But I want to take that a step further, because the way I was shown it through universal intelligence was, no, that's not true. Everything is thought. And we've been conditioned to think thoughts only exist in our mind. But what I was shown, actually, here's thought. That's thought. This whole planet is thought. Thought energy. Now, what becomes interesting when you start seeing that everything is thought energy, guess what the brain does? The brain perceives thoughts, doesn't it? Yeah. Just like you had the awareness within your body, you have awareness about other people. So if he's made up of thought, he's beaming information out there to me or to whoever's open. So I can shift my awareness from perceiving my own thoughts, and I can shift my awareness into perceiving Richard's. Now, a lot of the causes of these symptoms, they're subconscious to us because they're painful. We don't want to see them. We hide them from ourselves, thinking they are the truth when they're not. Now, when I go into Richard, into the subconscious mind, the subconscious mind is accessible if he allows me to go there, and he's open, he's come up here. And what his subconscious mind is showing me, it's showing me a little bit vague because he doesn't want to see all of it because it's a little bit confronting. But what he's showing me so far is that I'm getting over the hill.
Yeah, feel like it.
Now, there's a belief in the subconscious mind that says the older one gets, the slower everything becomes. Feel that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yep. That's his belief.
Yeah.
I didn't make that up. He made that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm not giving an opinion. I have no opinion. We just met. How can I have an opinion? I haven't asked him any questions to have an opinion. We don't know each other. I'm accessing the information that's here to know the answers in an instant. So the only reason he's experiencing this kind of downtime, this slower operating system, he's showing me this computer where everything's kind of slowing down and the hard drive's maxed out, and he's showing me this whole image. I'm getting full impressions, feelings, words, a whole multi-sensory communication. So I'm clear on what's actually going on. He's showing me everything. And what he's showing me is, I believe I'm on the downward side of my life.
Yep.
Everything starts winding down. So his brain is going, I can't do anything other than what he believes. That's how your brain works. Your brain is giving you the very experience that you believe it to.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the good news is, that's just a belief. Now, what did I say about beliefs earlier? They're not the truth. We think they're the truth, and so our physical anatomy reflects that. And so our outward reality reflects that. Not the truth. The only reason it's still in his life experiences because he still thinks it's the truth. Now, the way we can heal that is there's several different paths up that mountain. But the fastest way is for Richard to realize what the truth is. And he's going to get to experience that when we break out into groups. But we can go into the brain, we can go into and ask any question we want. It showed me what's the root cause of things slowing down. So I'm going to go back in there. Everything is consciousness, so I can talk to it. This is what we call mind-to-mind communication. And soon we'll talk about mind to matter. This is mind to mind. We're in this universal brain, which means everything is a thought. You're a thought. Earth's a thought. These are all ideas. If you want to call it God's brain, by all means. But it is a mind, and as it has a thought, it's a creation. So we can go in there and say, okay, brain, Richard's brain, what does he need? Okay. First thing his mind is showing, he actually needs to slow down. Because what he's trying to do, he's trying to compete up against that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Trying to cure it,
Yeah.
trying to cure the slowing down by him going faster.
Yeah.
So he's bang, 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 bang. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
All this information is available to me, as it can be available to you. So first thing his brain says, he needs to slow down. Nothing in his brain can heal whilst he's challenging it to a duel. It's like showing me this fencer, and he's like, "Come on, I can get you active." And the brain's like, "No."
It's like Star Wars going all over my head.
Yeah, yeah, totally. He's having these fights and these arguments, and his brain's just going, "Oh, I'm shrinking," because it's running. Not only is it running the program, things slow down, but it's also having to deal with him attacking it. There's no self-love in that. And guess what makes the body heal and thrive more than anything else in the world? Self-love. There's nothing like it. That is the panacea, the cure-all. The prevent-all is self-love. So the brain is saying, yeah, if he shows a little bit of self-love, a little bit of nurture, I can recover. To show me it can recover to when he was about 28 years old.
Awesome.
26, 28, he can recover.
It's a good year.
Yeah, so I'm hearing something happening. It's like, he knows what it means. But it's not saying it's going to. It can. It has the potential to heal. Now, so we can go, okay, so what's going to happen? And it's saying the very first thing that needs to happen is he needs to shift the belief that's getting in the way of that I can cure it. If you have a belief, I can't heal this, guess what's going to happen? You can't heal it. If you have a belief this is all impossible, it will be impossible. So the very first thing his mind is showing me, he needs to shift. There's 3 key beliefs that he needs to shift. The first belief he's showing me that needs to shift is that he is a power of his own domain. It's like he feels almost like other people can impact him. God, God or life can impact him. You don't feel fully at power, do you? Kind of you take your bumps and you...
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
squeeze through all
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not true at all. He is God. You are that God that you're saying I'm at the mercy of.
Yep.
You're him.
Yep.
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 Okay. So that's the first thing he needs to clear.
Yep.
Next thing he needs to clear is something about my family don't want me to heal.
You'd be half my family. Yeah.
Yeah, something there. We hold on to illnesses for many reasons. Some of us think like that our family actually doesn't want us to get better, that we're going to disappoint them by being healthy in some way. I was helping this woman with cancer, and she was adamant that if she heals, her family's going to be disappointed. They had invested so much in, oh, poor love, she's got to go through chemo, she's going to die. They had acclimatized to that to heal at that late point was actually going to be a letdown for the family. God, that was impossible to fight against. She just was adamant. So that's one of the beliefs that's in Richard's way is my family doesn't want me to... It's not that they don't want him to be happy. It's almost like this thread of they don't support me enough to actually have the space to heal. Create enough space around me and nurture that. They're off doing their own thing and blah, blah.
Yeah, and it's like taking the power away from them too, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Another belief that's not true.
Yeah, it's just
They don't
to light.
Yeah, they don't realize that you have a reality that says you're unimportant to them. You feel that, don't you?
I do.
He's unimportant.
Yeah.
But in their world, They're like, oh, he never gives us attention. It's just mirrored back.
Yeah.
So as he heals that, then he can give himself permission. Oh, I am allowed to heal. And there was another one. Let's see, was another one there? It's like, well, what am I going to do if I do get my brain back? What am I going to create? What am I, pressure, success, all these things. None of this is true. I'm going to keep reiterating that. It's not true, okay?
Yep, yep.
Because what happens is as we shed those beliefs, there's space for those answers to come in.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yep. So the next step for Richard is either to learn how to clear his own beliefs, which we're going to talk about helping you guys get access to that training yourself, or to go and see one of the mentors today, like Pamela or whoever, and they can help you with that.
Yeah, awesome. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
Definitely.
because what's really interesting is the beliefs are driving the reality. But remember, that's not the whole truth. That's not who he is. Because if we move that and we go inside, there's an energy in there, an intelligence. And that intelligence wants to tell him what the truth is. I'll give you a very quick example, okay? We'll go inside Richard and we'll look at, so what truth do you want Richard to know about? And it's kind of, it's showing me this laughter. It's going, oh, your journey's not at an end now, I can tell you that. Not at an end, not even close. Can you feel that?
Okay. Yeah, you can feel like a positive burst, if you like.
You felt that?
Yeah.
Because it was truth.
Yeah.
It wasn't my truth. It wasn't an affirmation that I made up, or that I stole from Louise Hay. I don't have an opinion. It was a waste of time. They never got me anywhere, so I got rid of all of them. That information came from within him. I just became a conduit for it. Because after all, we're all one. And I just played the role of using my awareness to access things that weren't in his awareness to bring them to light. So his brain is just like, oh, it's got lots of juice, lots of life in there. But when it's under the impact of, I'm over the hill, deteriorating, blah, 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 people don't want me to get healthy, everything shrivels. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Beautiful. So who's in the kind of line of work that ability would be useful? You know, every single one of you, that would be useful. You have husbands, you have wives, you have kids, you have parents that all ask for advice and help. Personal trainer, Craig at the back. Imagine if you had someone that had a weight issue and he was able to go, bang, let's not just run you around the block 100,000 times. But if he could go in there and clear the belief that's creating the weight. Like we've had plenty of women that come and we tap in to them and we're able to see they were molested as a child. Now, if I carry all this weight, no man's going to find me attractive anymore. Now, they're not going to shed that weight very easily whilst they're still carrying I'm not safe. Now, that's not for every woman. That's just an example. But when you go in, you can see that the body is manifesting an illness or weight or something psychologically based on a belief system, a non-truth. The body's doing you a favor. You say, you don't feel safe, so I've given you protection. And you're angry. I'm doing you a favor. If you can get to the root, bang, then that stops the cravings for the food. It stops the lethargy. I can't be bothered exercising. It makes Craig's job so much easier. You're welcome. What are we going to be talking about?
My hearing.
Your healing?
Hearing.
Oh, hearing. Oh,
Yeah.
My hearing.
I was standing in front of the car with the bonnet up, and my friend started the car and it went off with such a bang. It was like a bomb going off.
Yep.
And I was totally deaf and blown back.
Oh, this is such a good example. Okay.
And now I can hear. but I've definitely got problems.
Okay, so I've gone into the subconscious mind. I've gone even deeper into the body. And the body's starting to show me a few things as to why the hearing is where it's at. And it's giving me this image.
What am I not listening to?
Sorry, I missed that. What?
I said, what am I not listening to?
No, good, very good. But it's not that. It's what don't I want to listen to.
All right.
Okay? What's happening with Margaret is I don't want to hear any more nonsense. I've heard enough nonsense in my life. She's saying people talk shit.
At 87, I've heard a lot of shit.
Hasn't she? To such a point she's doing this. Her hearing is reflecting, I don't want to hear anymore. Yeah. Isn't that right? You don't want to hear any more shit. You don't want to hear any more nonsense. You don't want to hear any more whinging, grieving, complaining, chaos, politics. Doesn't want to hear it. So your physical anatomy is going to reflect your perspectives of the world. In her case, doesn't want to hear anymore. So we'll go into the ears and we'll say, okay, what do we need to see here? What needs to be recognized in order for the healing to happen? Okay, the blockage is when she hears this, she takes it on. When she hears crap out there, it's
More.
like, yeah, more, it's more. More I have to endure. Oh, more I have to solve. This world's gone to shit. I've got to fix it all. Don't you? You take it on. It's like it's your burden. Oh, it's a mirror. I've got the same thing. That's why she's here. Help me. Yeah?
Yeah.
I see trees chopped down. I'm like, oh, no, not again. What are they doing to my world? So that's what's happening here with Margaret is the blockage. She doesn't want to hear anymore because it affects her. She makes it personal. So that's what it is saying. So the truth, there's this little subtlety. We go in deep here and we go, what's the subtlety that Margaret needs to know is everyone else is standing in the shit. Just because everyone else is standing in the shit doesn't mean you have to get in there with them. Did you know that?
Thank you.
You're welcome. It take a minute to integrate that. Now, you don't solve, this stuff keeps coming out, you don't solve the world's shit problem by jumping in there with gumboots and trying to dig everyone out of it. You stand high up on a hill, emanate your light, then everyone wants to climb out of the shit and you never had to get in there with them. Did you get that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. That's how you solve the world shit problem. She's been getting in there, knee deep in it, shoveling, trying to get them out. Don't worry, I'll help you, I'll get you out. And in the meantime, she's just, that's all she's smelling, that's all she's hearing. There you go, my dear.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Isn't she great? And that's what happens. You know, you hear people say, oh, no, it's because of old age. That's just what happens. Really? That's not what's happening at all. Her experience in life, she's gotten to the point where she's overhearing it all. That's what the years have meant. It's nothing to do with being older. Any questions so far? Is there any limit to these answers? No. The only thing that can stop me from getting these answers is you. If you are so determined to not hear the truth, I can't get it. I'm able to get these answers because the people coming up here are open. But if one of you was so closed and so cynical and so jaded and you got up here, it'd be like, it almost gives me a headache because it's like pulling teeth. I can't get the answers because you are holding on to them so tightly. That's the only limit. But that's not my limit. It's not my limitation. That's yours. Go, Fizz. What are we looking at? What are we doing?
They're connected.
Oh, okay.
My digestion
Yes?
and my own glass ceiling.
Your own glass ceiling. Okay, feels we'll go start at the digestion. Okay, so we'll go into, this was a little bit blocked. I wasn't expecting you to be blocked. There's a little bit of blockage there. A little bit of resistance. Okay, we're going to the digestion. So what's happening with your digestion, I'm feeling to ask? What's the symptom?
It will manifest many different ways.
Can you share?
Acidity, bloating, just not quite feeling right.
Okay, interesting. All right, so what's happening now? I'm actually having a little bit of trouble getting this information. It's not quite flowing. So what I'm going to do here, I could easily go into self-doubt. Oh no, there's something wrong with me. My machinery is not working. My internet's disconnected. Whoops, someone plug it back in. But it's not me. If I can't get an answer, it's because there's a block. So what I can do, I can go into the space here with Fizz, and I can see why can't I get that? And she's showing, the minute I asked that question, the answer came back. And it's saying, I've protected this secret for years and years and years, and I don't want you uncovering it, least of all in front of everyone.
You're brave to come up with this.
Yeah. So we're going to have a look at it. So how can we have Fizz be a little bit comfortable? Okay, so here's what you need to know. What you're worried about, that's the truth, like the thing that you're hiding, you think it's going to be the truth. It's like, oh, I'm an awful person, this is all my fault. You think that's the truth. So that's why you're trying to protect it. You don't want to be validated in your fears. Mm-hmm. Do you get that?
Yep.
Yep. So what you need to know is, all I'm going to show you is the non-truth.
Okay.
Oh, better. Okay. Okay, now let's see if we've got some connection. All right, so instantly her energy feels softer to me, malleable. Before it was just a brick wall. Even though her disposition, I want answers. Not on the inside. So we'll go inside, we'll have a look. Okay, so digestion. I can't get it right in my life. How's that resonate for you? I can't get it right.
Yeah, which is this, yes.
Do you see how fast I was able to get that answer when before I was just bang, up against the brick wall? Her brick wall, not my brick wall. It's important to point this out to everyone because there's nothing wrong with us. There's nothing wrong with me, there's nothing wrong with you. And it's very important to realize because what happens, the only reason I can connect and get these answers is because I believe I can. The minute I go into self-doubt, I got nothing. I'm back to not even dial-up connection. I've got nothing. It's self-belief that brings both hemispheres together in the brain that creates oneness, unity, connection with universal intelligence. Self-doubt is the disconnect. And very few of us were raised to wholeheartedly love and believe in ourselves. All right, so let's keep looking. Okay, I can't get anything right in my life. And she's showing me as like, that's how everyone sees me too. Everyone's looking at me, waiting for me to screw something up, waiting for me to make the wrong decision. Can you feel that? It's like you're showing me Dean. It's like the way you're looking at Dean is, oh, he's looking over my shoulders. He's going to pick out a flaw. He's going to dot my I's and cross my T's. That's how you're showing me. It's like you're waiting for somebody to criticize you. Are you conscious to that?
Yeah, it's usually up here, yeah.
Yeah.
No one else has to do it, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's there. Anyone else go through that, go through life with, it's inevitable, I'm going to screw up? It's very tiring, it's very stressful. I've had that my whole life. Not pleasant. Not the truth. Okay, so interesting. I'm feeling to bring something as an example. Let's go in and see where it all came from, okay? Father watching mother.
Oh, wow.
Showing me the energy father was just chauvinistic and thought that a woman was less than a man. You see that? Is that?
I would have thought my mother, yeah.
You would have thought your mother was the
more influence in that.
Explain.
She worshipped her dad, and so expected my father to be that. But he
Exactly.
didn't
Exactly.
live up to it.
Exactly. Right. So he's got these big shoes to fill, right? And he's feeling so inadequate. And guess what we do when we feel inadequate? We go the other way. So I'm now going to watch you because I feel inadequate. You're waiting for me to screw up and to rise and be greater because I feel so suppressed by that. It's all about you. It becomes externalized. So the information is different to what we think in our mind. Think it's the mother. But in her body, it's showing me very clearly it's her father watching over her mother all this time that she learnt that from. It was he who she got it from. Which is why she feels with Dean, any relationship male is, he's watching me, he's watching me, he's watching me. Just learnt from mum and dad. Not the truth, because interestingly, Fizz showed up what the truth was. The truth was her dad was absolutely petrified and insecure. He had a massive inferiority complex. Now, obviously, I've never met her father, but this is the information that's available. He was afraid to be outsmarted by a woman. That was one of his biggest fears. And do you know where that came from? His mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Because his mother was always, don't you screw up.
Yep.
Trying to outsmart him, trying to correct him. Oh my God, I'm disappointing my mother. She's busted me again. Just keeps repeating until now Fizz has it. So when we go a little bit deeper, we go see what Fizz is needing to clear that. Oh, now she's gone all tight again. Doesn't want to heal it.
Oh, I can feel it.
Yeah. Blocked right up like a brick wall. Couldn't get it. Okay. Message is that's private. It's not for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that healing process will be done one-on-one.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Can we give Fizz a round of applause? Thank you. You're welcome. Now, how can you ever break through a glass ceiling when you're petrified that every decision you make, whatever you're going to do, you're going to screw it up? You can't, because you don't want to go forward, because you don't want to have any failure, let alone a colossal failure. And the more you move forward, the bigger the failures get. The bigger the chance of success, or the worse I could screw up. That's the fear. I'm going to hold back because I don't want to see what's the word she's saying? I don't want to make a complete mess of myself. Yeah? So I'll stay within what's safe because this I can clean up. Yep. Make sense? Yeah. That's it. That's the only thing holding her back. It's just dad's pattern, mum and dad's pattern, not the truth. And the way we heal that is by bringing in the truth. Not from our mind, not from our affirmations, but from within her. There's a truth, and that dissolves the belief in an instant. Because the only reason, like I said, that we're holding on to this non-truth is because we thought it was truth. But the minute you actually hear the brain hears and perceives the real truth, it goes, oh, well, that's the real truth. I can let go of that energy. That energy is a thought form that stays in the body, causing all kinds of experiences and symptoms. When we see it as a non-truth, let it go. It's not who I am. Why would I hold on to it anymore? Yep. Good. Enlightening? Yes. Who thought life could be so simple? What we fear most about is actually the non-truth. That I'm a fraud, that I'm no good, that I don't make a big enough difference. They're the things that we're fearing. Oh, I don't want to look at that. Do you get, am I communicating this really clear? It's a non-truth, so there's nothing to be afraid of. You have no intrinsic flaw. There isn't any. You're intrinsically perfect. So this fear of, oh, I don't want to look at that, is completely erroneous. Back to you, sir.
Okay. What I am feeling is that there is no great desire in my life propelling me forward.
Yes, because you're not in alignment with your truth. Mm-hmm.
So I'm feeling stagnant
Yep.
and not achieving many of the things I would like to be doing in my life.
Yep.
Because
So
I don't have this drive.
can I stop you there for a
force.
sec?
Yeah.
As he's talking, I'm getting volumes of information coming in. So one of the things that I was being shown was when he was a little, all his friends used to compete at different things. And they'd be competing. It's like almost like they were showing me racing cars or doing things or playing cards. They're all competing. And Mike's like, I don't know how to play this game. I don't want to know how to compete. Just where it started as a child. He needs to compete. He needs to achieve. If he's not achieving, he's not equal. So just showing me his childhood, giving me that background. Keep going.
I don't know. But that's pretty correct. I never really enjoy watching sports or anything like that. I just don't feel any connection to that, unless it's a sport of individual excellence, like gymnastics or
wherever there's without comparison.
Yeah.
Yes, big issue with comparison because comparison to you is painful. Because when you compared yourself to others, you were without. Yeah.
Yep. I was without in many levels. Yeah.
So comparison does not come from our infinite awareness. Comparison is what we call comes from our ego. The ego is trying to keep the identity, and so it's always looking out there. And the more it looks out there, the more it compares you to other people, the more inadequate you will appear. Because it will only look at people that have you feel inadequate. It will just keep that inadequacy intact. So you have these competing energies. One is trying to reveal your greatness to you, your infinite nature, and the other energy is having you stay very small and very finite with what's familiar, with what you know. Now, occasionally, there'll be this indulgence to compare, and that will send Mark into depression. Correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Absolutely. Deep.
Cannot handle comparison. Cannot handle comparison at all. Which is good in one sense because it's actually not healthy for us. And it's irrelevant. To compare ourselves with other people is just nonsense. We're completely different, on different paths. So yes, so that's a very strong, the depression is to remind you, stay out of comparison. Very unhealthy.
Actually, comparison was something very interesting in my relationship in the past. Quite often, my wife would say, you are a great person, but why are you here? And I would say, but look at what we have. We have such a fantastic life. They might be earning a lot more, but they are not as happy. They are not as happy.
Comparison, yeah. So you attracted a woman in who relishes comparison. Yes. Yeah. Because you needed to heal that. You wanted to heal that need for comparison. That relationship was there to serve you to realize, I don't need to compete. I don't need to compare.
Yes.
I'm beautiful and whole. But it felt like just at the end, she threw a few jabs, a few daggers in there, and that kind of derailed that.
Yeah.
That beautiful blessing that experience was meant to be.
Yes.
Yeah, she's nasty.
I'm not going to say that.
No, I'll say it.
Sorry.
It's in the energy. It's in the information. I don't have an opinion on her. It's not a judgment. She was nasty. It's not a judgment. Factually, her energy was jabbed to show me like a fire stoker right into your gut. There you go, mate. I hope you feel like a loser. You failed me.
Yes, that did.
Call it what it is.
Scorpion sting.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Was that helpful?
So how do I get the fire back in my belly?
Yes, that's what I mean.
To be able
That's
to
where we're
achieve my
going.
greatness.
Okay, there's a few layers to it. The first one, which you're resistant to hear, but you need to hear it, is that you will make a great mentor. That you have this ability innate within you and you will make a profound difference to other people. Something Mark, I know, has been toing and froing with, but the higher consciousness is coming in and going, I will not move you forward until you recognize that you will be great at this. The only thing stopping you from moving forward at this is this, I failed at everything, I'm going to fail at this. That is a non-truth. And non-truths do not get validated by a higher consciousness. Never reinforce a non-truth. They're here to unravel the non-truths, not validate them. There's plenty of dark forces and dark energies and ego energies to validate them. We don't It's not coming from within. Ego validates it all the time. That's the first thing. Until you come from, like, it's one thing to go, I'm going to be great at this, but I don't want to do it. But to go, I don't want to do it because I'm not going to be great at it, it's a complete non-truth. And it's just not going to stand. Yeah?
Okay.
That's the first thing. There you go.
Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So that's a great example of why we often stagnate, is because what's stopping us moving forward, like with Frizz, is a non-truth. And until that's healed, until that's resolved, the next level can't come in. That soulful relationship can't come in. That increased finances, wealth can't come in. Because they're not going to, that intelligence isn't going to validate your insecurities. You know, it's like I've got a little boy and he throws tantrums. We don't go, oh, you've thrown a tantrum, here you can have all the chocolate you want. I'm going to encourage that. The same way this higher consciousness, which is you, isn't going to encourage self-doubt, self-hate, self-loathing. That space is not empowering. It doesn't create the life you want. So the only thing that gets validated is self-belief, self-love. The minute you embody self-belief and self-love, your body validates it by, feelings of joy and health and well-being, but then the universe validates it back by opening up doors. It's like we said at the beginning, we keep following other people's paths and other people's advice, keep hitting against a brick wall. You want to know the secret to opening up the infinite universe of abundance? I'll tell you the secret. It's gold. You listening? Everyone listening?
We're listening.
Are you listening? 2 words. Trust yourself. Anyone who's ever made anything, made themselves into any success, has trusted themselves. Roger Federer doesn't get out on the tennis court with all this full of self-doubt going, oh God, I'm shit at tennis. I really hope, I'm praying that God actually, helps me get through. He doesn't do that. He's got absolute conviction, absolute self-belief, not one shred of doubt. And that's what makes him unbelievable at that game. Any athlete, any millionaire, any real person of substance has gotten there because of self-belief. So that's why we see some people are really amazing in one area of life, but not necessarily amazing at all areas of life, because the self-belief is only to do with sports or leadership or politics or money, but not relationships, not parenting, and da-da-da-da. So those areas are lacking because the self-belief is non-existent. So you can have abundance and greatness in all areas of life when you access truth, when you access universal intelligence, because self-belief, it's not a matter of what you were born with, it's already in there, we just got to peel off the layers.